What's going on, Ataka Squad? It's your boy Roman, aka Mr. Anime 343, and I'd like to actually welcome you guys to my live stream here. Basically, I'm kind of actually doing this off of the whim here because basically we just need people to stand up and actually give people a voice here. Now, there was this thing that's been going around that's actually really just kind of, you know, cracking me off the wrong way here. Basically, I just really want to get this off my chest. Basically, I'm hoping to get some other people here as well. I just hope. Give me a few seconds. Just gotta share it with some other people. So I will be right back. All right, I'm back anyway. So I just wanted to let you guys know that basically this whole freaking censorship crap that's been going on as of late, it's ridiculous. I mean, basically, I'm not a political person. Politics is just not my thing. Okay, straight up. And basically, I don't know what to do anymore. Basically, we got to stick together and be better people. Trust me. I'm trying my best to actually be a better person, but it's just ridiculous. And I'm just hoping that, some people have actually might have got my messages over on Twitter. And that's actually becoming a bit of a dumpster fire right now. Oh, crap, 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 crap. I'm just hoping that basically I could get some guests on here as well and start a conversation with you guys. Just trust me. I really want to do this for the fans. Basically, censorship is, you know, not freedom of speech whatsoever. Basically, people are actually, getting sick and tired of all this politics that, just forcing it down our throats. If we don't conform or put our toes to the line, then basically you're just gonna get yeeted. That's just how I look at it. It's just ridiculous. And basically, I just don't know what to do anymore. It's just completely ludicrous how people are actually acting on social media, relying on freaking outrage, crap like that. It's just ridiculous. But, I'm just doing what I want to do without people telling me that I can or can't do something because it goes against their standards. I'm my own person. I have free will. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Okay? Basically, I actually listen to like my superiors, people that are older than me, because I was actually taught that at a young age. But if it's actually another person or a person I don't know or don't agree with, guess what? I am not listening to you because A, I don't know you. B, I'm not a robot. And C, I have my own free will. Basically, people just gave up their free will when they actually decided to actually be censored by social media outlets. And I just really hope that basically my friends have actually gotten my message, and I really want us to actually have this proper conversation. Give me a few seconds, guys. I just gotta do something here real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to get some people as well, so. Well, I got one person on, so. Hey, I got a viewer. Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you actually showing up here. I just actually really needed to actually get this off my chest. So basically, what I was talking about is I was actually trying to get over this whole freaking mess about trying to, what do I want to say there? All this mess about censorship with Twitter, with Facebook, big tech, and just hang on. And all right, well, basically, I'm just waiting on some other people as well. Yo ho, Mad Matt, what's up, dude? Glad to, yeah, you can join in. Hang on, I'm gonna add a guest here. Invite a guest. Okay, I just copied the yeah, just I just need to actually see if I can access your Twitter account, and I'll actually DM you the link. All right. So, what's your ad again? You could just send it to me. Basically, you could just find me at Riando Roman if possible. Hey, okay, D&D girl. Hang on just a second. At the stream. Hello, hello.
Hi.
You're on the air. All right. It's actually good having you on,
I hope you don't mind that I don't have the webcam on.
No, not at all. Just
Crap.
All right, hang on just a second. I just got access to chat here, so let's see, post comments. And
that's okay. I had to turn my.
Hang on just a second. I'm posting the. Yeah, go ahead.
I had to turn off my notifications because I usually don't talk a lot during the day online. So I forgot when I was looking at the thing that, oh wait, my mic's gonna be on and they're gonna hear Marshmallow playing every time someone messages me on Discord or something.
I hear you there, but I gotta say, it's just ridiculous. Hang on, we got another guest. Matt's on. So, what's up? Yo, what's up, man? I gotta say,
what's up?
Hello.
I'm doing fine. It's just basically I'm trying to vent some frustrations about all this censorship nonsense going on with Twitter, with Facebook. Also, Viz Media. Oh, this really freaking pissed me the fuck off.
Oh no! Don't tell me
basically.
And this is exactly why I prefer retro anime, dude.
Please
because none of this censorship bullshit will fly here. Hell, even Central Park Media was like, "Fuck this censorship bullshit." We hire people who say "fuck" all the time. I mean, seen Cyber City 080808?
Yeah, basically they just act, and also don't even get me started on DJ Kirkland either. That guy is just an absolute cuck.
Who the fuck's that?
Freaking pissed me off.
Thank you for being the one to ask. Like, who is that?
Hang on, we got another. We got Luna. So hang on, I'm gonna add her to the stream. Hey! You're on the air.
Hey, Luna.
Hello.
Love your mask.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, it's actually good actually having you on, Basically, what we're talking about is all the censorship that's going on. And basically, I'm freaking
That's why I'm a retro anime fan for life.
Yeah, I'm a true anime fan for life. And all I gotta say is that, this censorship is really going too far. But I'm wearing this mask for identification purpose. So please bear with me, you guys.
Oh, that's the reason why I didn't turn my webcam on, so don't worry.
But yeah,
I
the thing. But yeah,
identify
the thing is,
myself as a really angry mech pilot wanting to fuck shit up.
In
yeah.
fact,
Let's just say,
Yeah.
the avatar that I used is actually a drawing one of my D&D friends did. It's one of my characters from one of our campaigns. My character
Ah, D&D girl, I see.
yeah, my character is
mm,
yelling "damn you" because in the campaign, because she likes to draw pictures from various parts of the campaign. My character tried to take on a cobalt. I rolled badly, so the cobalt bit her hand. So she's yelling "damn you."
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm more fancy myself as a guts type character from whenever I play a D&D game.
Yeah.
You know,
I
big
just
ass
never really gotten
sword.
into tabletop. You know, I, as much as I should. I mean, basically, I would love to actually sit down and play tabletop with someone. I mean,
Oh,
if
you
I
have
can
no
actually learn how
idea
to
how
play it.
much I want to play D&D with someone real bad. I mean, the struggle is real. And don't even get me started on why I want to play Mechton Zate with someone, anyone. I don't give a crap if he's a bad GM or anything. Just as long as I'm having fun.
This is why I got upset several months ago with the whole orc thing, and I'm like, I have never looked at an orc and thought, oh yeah, black person. I have never looked at an orc and been like that.
Yeah. If anything, these guys are the real racists, not us. We're just.
I pointed this out, and I got blocked by him because I said, you know, if you're seeing black
Oh,
people in orcs,
Yeah, I just wanted to actually give us like a little personal space so that we can actually vent our frustrations out on big tech censorship,
oh no,
anime
you went
actually getting messed
robot.
up
You
and
went
stuff like that.
robot.
oh
You want to know
yes,
my thoughts on big tech? Fuck them, Rambo style.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm being
It
told to
freaking just
join
aggravates
Parlor.
me.
I'm not really ready yet to join Parlor because then it's like, well, now I gotta make another
Yeah, I'm not.
account, and then
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
saw
pray
Polly.
no one.
I'm liking mine's way better than Twitter, anyways. So, and Omega Dude's already
Yes, but then it's gonna be like Tumblr.
already starting the revolution here. So,
How
hey,
long until Twitter does something that pisses off people and they storm Parlor and stuff? You know,
Oh yeah,
because that's
And they're
what
trying to
happened to
freaking.
Twitter. Tumblr removed the not
Oh
safe for
God!
work
And now
stuff,
they're actually
and
trying to freaking deplatform. They're actually trying to deplatform Parlor and other independent forms of like escape. I mean, alternate forms of social media because it actually,
of course they would.
because it actually triggers like alt-right, hatred and stuff like that. Basically,
Do I
the
look
left are the
all
freaking
right, motherfucker, to you?
oh, I actually pointed out because I saw Geeky Sparkles tweet about it, saying that they were called Republicans, and I'm like, why do these idiots always assume that if someone doesn't like Shira or something, they're instantly Republicans? I'm an independent and I don't like half the shit that people like because I'm sick of woke.
thank you.
Yeah,
Finally,
This woke
only
bullshit.
says it, man. I'm also independent too. I don't like both, neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm an independent, and the thing is though, they always claim that they're so woke and stuff like that, and they're for Black Lives Matter, and they're not exactly for Black Lives Matter. They're just using the hashtag just for pure clout, and that's sickening, and that's really sickening.
Using it for fucking clout. We're being run by a bunch of narcissistic jagoffs who don't even know.
See,
exactly. But you see,
it's sad.
basically, this is actually just something that really freaking irritates me because basically, it's either you're actually alt left like the freaking socialists and communists, or you're alt right like the Nazis. There is no middle ground whatsoever. There is
Nope.
absolutely no middle ground.
Socialists, Nazis, same shit, different asshole, really.
Well, like Steven Universe, I will admit I like Steven Universe before
I don't.
Future. Let me finish.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, I
But
like it too.
I'm
Paying him
One
reluctant
at a time,
to,
please. One at a time.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead. Sorry
Lena.
about that. My
but I'm reluctant to admit I like Steven Universe because the fandom is so fucking insane that I'm scared people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're one of those who would tell someone to commit suicide." And I'm like, "No, I hated what the fandom did to that poor girl." And the joke's on them because it turned out that Rose Quartz was Pink Diamond, who was fucking skinny as hell.
Yes. That's the reason why I didn't like it either. Because of that. I felt sorry for that girl. I really do. My heart was broken for her. I was literally crying for her.
And
Because of
then
that.
they
Because
turned on, and then they turned on the Crooniverse because they're like, "Look, how she draws Rose Quartz is not gonna matter. Let her draw Rose Quartz the way she wants." And they're like, "Oh, I can't believe you're being fat phobic." And it's like, no, it's a girl doing her own interpretation. I don't see anyone complaining when people turn Japanese characters from anime into black characters.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And I thought the Evangelion fan base was bad. Sheesh.
Yeah, basically
No, Steven
every
Universe
fandom actually
is
has like
really, really
toxic
fucked up.
people.
Part of my
Exactly. But you see, people don't
it's
understand to actually be
it's
civilized. I mean, it's just like freaking Joker. It's like, they actually expect us to actually sit there and take it like good little boys and girls, and that we won't werewolf and actually go wild on someone.
What happened? My thing switched places.
Sorry.
oh, yeah,
Uh,
it's cool.
I'm freaking around with my phone here. I mean, basically, my bad.
It's okay. I
I
just
got
got
actually.
confused because I'm like, oh, what's going on? Am I hosting the thing now? Why is my thing there?
Yeah, I'm trying to actually modify myself here, and basically my thumb actually just tapped on your profile pic, and then just like slid over to my side, and I'm trying to switch it back and forth, trying to click and play Monty here.
It's Tetris.
Hang on a second, guys. I gotta send something to another friend of mine here.
Ooh.
All right,
Oh,
so we should be having another guest on.
I don't know how many of y'all saw the thing with the Japanese artist that did a Native American drawing.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I saw
Oh, yeah, I heard about that shit too.
I tweeted at a bunch of people in that thing, some nice, some because I was annoyed, and someone made a good point about it, and I said, "Oh my god, you make a good point by saying that only people who are Native American or something can draw these kinds of characters. You basically destroy any diversity in anime like My Hero Academia that's there, because if we're saying Horikoshi can only draw Japanese characters, that means characters like Rocklock aren't allowed anymore because he's not black. I mean,
or Miracle
real
for that
quick?
matter.
Or the
Don't
camera.
look at me.
Dang, that's
really draw themselves as white honky motherfuckers?
And basically, it just freaking irritates me that basically people are saying that, we actually have to destroy the toxic male gaze or undo, like, the patriarchy, which I find is completely freaking just, misandrous, but also it is like totally biased against men. And basically anime fans in general.
And they want
Because,
to act like the Sandry doesn't exist.
my favorite tweet someone made about the whole cyberpunk thing, the girls with the big chests.
Oh
do
yeah.
lesbians and bisexuals not exist? And I put a gift saying, thank you, because I like big chests and I am a woman. I'm bisexual. I'm sorry that I prefer giant pillows to little apples to put my face on.
Hell yeah,
What about the time?
represent.
I want to give that
Hey,
lady a hug.
What about that
Okay, hang
man?
on.
What about that man?
I got
Oh, go ahead.
Alex, so I'm not even on the screen.
Hey,
Alex,
Hello,
Alex.
Alex.
what's going on, dude?
Hello.
Hold on. Signal's a little bad, so I can't hear you at the moment. I just left my volunteer job, so hold on.
All right, dude. Besides, we're actually here talking about censorship, so I just wanted to actually give us like a little venting space, so that way we can actually air out our grievances against like big tech censorship and all that kind of stuff, and
Long story short, fuck censorship and fuck the right to censor.
I mean, that's what I
Oh
hated
yeah.
about the whole Uzaki-chan thing. Oh, she looks like
Oh
a child.
yeah.
I'm like, I know a lot of women who look like children but are older than children. And yet, when it came to cuties, it's it's groundbreaking. It's showing how this is wrong. And I'm like, but Uzaki-chan, a legal adult, is
And she has
exploiting
big boobs.
children. A
And she
fictional
has big
character.
boobs. Yes,
And
she's not
fuck
real. And
these two.
Yeah,
if it
that
is, she's real. She's short. And she's legal. Yeah, she may look like a kid, but
and
not
there's
having
literally
good genes.
and there's literally people that look like that who have said, "Yeah, we exist. Stop making shit up."
Yeah.
And my younger sister, well, I'm heavy set, but my sister looks like Uzaki-chan. I mean, maybe American because she's not Japanese, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yup.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I really do.
Yeah, short stack people exist, man. Short stack lives matter.
Yeah. Exactly.
All lives matter.
And then
You
when
see,
they say
Yeah.
that she looks like a child, I'm like, well, what about little people who look more
I'm on a
like
live stream right
children?
now.
Children, are you saying they
Yeah.
aren't valid because they look
Can
like
you
children?
hear me, Winslow? Thank you.
Yeah.
I will be.
And don't even get me started on midgets.
And like
Oh,
seriously,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
know people who are like they're actually in their 30s or whatever, but they look very young. So it's like the whole they look like a kid argument is very invalid when you think about it.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm
can I?
Dude, I
32.
look like I'm still in my 20s or something, dude.
Hey, can I like say something, you guys, about that? I can actually
Go
vouch
ahead.
for that. I'm 33, and well, when I
You're a
was
year
like,
older than me.
yeah, I know, I don't look like it or something like that by face, but the thing is, though, I am 33. So, but when I was like in my 20s, though, I was mistaken for a 15-year-old girl with huge breasts. I was like either like 23 or 24 at the time. I went to the store to go get some booze. It was for a party or something like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, this Indian guy who worked at the store asked me how old am I, and I told him I'm 23, and I showed him my ID and everything. And he wasn't even convinced that I was in my 20s. He said I look 15 years old. I said, what does that have to do with anything? I'm not even in high school. I graduated years ago.
Wow.
Oh, I actually,
Dang.
before the whole pandemic thing, I actually remembered the years I did cosplaying and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
had
Mm-hmm.
people, when I tell them my actual age, they'd be like, I thought you were like 15 or something. Now I look like I could be 19 into my early 20s. So I guess
Same
that's
to
good
me.
because I don't have to worry about getting carded or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got carded. I
basically,
get carded for many reasons. I still get carded.
But
yeah.
that
And here's the
really
thing.
surprised me.
Yeah, and guys, if I can actually interject here, I'm actually 31 years old, and people have actually told me that I look like I'm actually in my 40s.
Ouch.
Damn, you got the reverse.
I mean,
Complete
I'm
reverse.
38 and I still look like a 20-something dude.
with a beard. That's it.
Actually, yeah, because freaking yeah, it turns out that if you guys want to know like my date of birth, it's actually February 16th, 1989.
Dang.
I'm thinking my thing is genetics from my father's side because I've actually showed people online my father's picture and they're like, "How old was he when he had you?" And when I asked why, how old do you think he is? They think he's in his 50s, but he's in his 70s.
Dang.
Whoa.
Oh, I am
Dang.
so sorry. All I gotta say is that I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart. The funny thing is, when they saw a picture of my mom and stuff like that, they thought she was 13. She had me at 17.
Wow.
Mhm. Yep. That's a sad thing about us black folks. We don't. I mean, that we age well.
Also,
We don't.
guys, can I actually ask you guys for a small favor? Could you actually share my stream around with other people as well? And I'd love to actually get some more voices on here for the chat. You know, I mean, I know it's not much, but I just really want this to actually have other people's opinions as well. You know, not just
So
for us,
you
but
Oh,
also for
so you want me to go to Twitter and post your link?
you sure
please and
about that,
thank you.
man? Because I'm scared
Yeah,
that I'm scared that some of these crudies over there will come over there
yeah.
and will say something. I'm kind of scared.
I mean, I can post it if you want, but
Yeah, why
you
don't
may
you?
want to be ready in case KV ends up in here.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
certain
basically,
someone.
I'm just actually tag some of my friends as well, like Anime Night, Red Katana, you know, all the Black Sage Gamer and stuff like that. Basically, you know, tagging like all of our like I stand with Vic friends, our anime friends, and like just some people that
I'm
we
part of.
actually know.
Me,
I'm actually
I
part of. I'm actually
I
part of my
might
stand with
just
Vic.
DM some of the people I know who wouldn't be KV just to avoid KV accidentally getting in here.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm scared to even post over here because apparently the Mars girl is alpha blood. She don't even know who the hell I am. She don't even know what. She don't even know I'm black. She thought I'm a white woman. That's the thing, though.
Oh,
You know,
the
that's
same
the thing,
Mars
though.
girl that went on that
You know
crusade
what?
against
Oh,
Vic Mignogna.
freaking misgendering.
You
I mean,
know what?
Yeah,
basically,
I got
no, she
curious about
misraped
Big
me.
Mouth and I binged it. And god damn it, I forgot what I was going to say about Big Mouth, but they made a good point.
What?
God, I
wait,
hate that
don't
story.
and don't get me started on Underdog BT either. That guy is such a total jackass.
You
Oh,
know,
you mean Brian Thompson? Funny thing is, guys, I used to be friends with him on Facebook. And let me tell you this though, this is from me, okay? He is
Yeah,
very upset, very upset with Monica Real. And the thing is though, I don't want to say things over there that's very inappropriate, but he wanted to do vulgar things to her. He really did. He really wanted to do vulgar things to her that is just so disgusting and inexcusable.
I've
And
said,
I never.
I've said it. These guys defending Monica and Marchie think they're going to have a chance at getting their thing touched, and it's like, they're never going to touch your thing.
Yeah, that's why he was simp though. I stopped it. I unfriended him so quickly after, when he kept talking about Monica. I was like, oh, I want to marry her, or I want to do things to her, I want to pleasure her and stuff like that. I'm just disgusted. I feel
And
sorry
then
for
people
his
say,
girlfriend.
"Oh, he's not like that." I'm like,
And I used to
you
be a
guys
fan of
usually
L'Oreal's
only
work. I
want
mean,
that.
remember Rosafon? She was great as Harkish, though, man.
Ew.
I guarantee if there wasn't security at cons, people like BT probably would try to do things to Monica.
Yes, exactly, and that's what I'm worried about. That's what I am so worried about. I mean, that's not good. I mean, I like Vic Mignogna, but the thing still, I am not that upset. I used to be obsessed with him. Don't get me wrong, but I never said vulgar things what I want to do to him or anything. The thing is, though, yeah, I had a huge crush on him. What person didn't? I like him because of his beautiful green eyes. Yes.
Look,
Hey,
Vic
you see,
Mignogna, Johnny Depp, they're cute, but I'm not gonna be like, I would do terrible things to you. No, no,
oh,
that is
that makes me
not right.
shudder. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, that's Amber Heard shit right there, dude.
That's
Yeah,
I'm just.
I now remember the thing from Big Mouth. Look, I'm sorry, I got curious because people kept talking about it, so I binged it, and they did make a good point the about this, how it's stupid that you're gonna basically judge black people if they decide to, try and have a proper speaking voice or something.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
whole you're white if you
Yeah,
do this kind of thing. Like I hate
um,
that.
yeah, it
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
aggravates me.
man.
Basically,
I mean,
what happened to
can I
Merritt?
say this? Can I say this, guys?
Go ahead, Luna. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a black person. I'm a black person. I speak proper. And I get called Oreo. I get called that I'm just a white girl under a black girl's in a black girl's body and something like that. I get called like lots of names. I get called sellout. I get called Oreo. I get called the wannabe white girl or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
I
I'm Jewish,
I
so I've gotten similar things where it's like if you vote for Trump, you're Judenrat, and I'm like, I'm sorry, who was it that was going after the Orthodox for not under the pretense of COVID when they were voting for Trump? I'm sorry, but we're not a monolith. Some of us actually like to think for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, I've actually gotten this for the whole feminist thing because it's like if I say I don't see a problem with a character having big tits, I'm obviously got inner misogyny or something because
Ugh.
apparently a real woman would not say that a fictional character should have big tits.
That's just ridiculous. Basically,
That is
they're
stupid.
just,
That is really
shaming normal women because of their good looks. I mean, basically, I'd rather actually, have like, a nice, beautiful woman in my life and actually, have her settle down with me and accept me for who I am and actually have kids with me and then grow old and, then just have something to actually just,
I mean, I'm
go
trying
through.
my best to lose weight
Can I
because
say
I have
something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
These Landwells are basically ugly on the inside and out, really.
And I'm not gonna say that not black. Why am I saying black? I meant fat people. I got nothing against fat people who are like, who want to, stay heavy set. There are some fat people and even fat characters that can look good fat. But I hate the people who are like, oh,
Yep.
it's healthy to be fat. Diabetes doesn't exist.
They
I'm
had
like,
a lot of
screw
help.
you. I don't want my foot cut off. I am trying to lose weight so I keep my foot.
Yep.
I don't make fun of because I lost the money because I lost 50 pounds. I used to be you guys. I am now. I'm freaking 240 now. I lost a lot of weight. The reason why I lose a lot of weight because I don't want to have a heart attack. And I lost a lot of weight due to due to me having COVID-19. Yeah, I had guys, and I lost a lot of weight. I didn't eat much. It messed up my appetite. But the thing is though, it didn't mess up my livelihood. But the thing is though, I'm still alive though, and I'm happy to be alive. And but the thing is, so guys, I don't want to be fat. No, I really don't. I want to live my life though. There's some things I never did. Like go to Japan. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
already been big
want
though.
to go to Japan as well. I'd love to actually visit Akihabara. I mean,
Yeah, I don't empathize with the whole weight
I
thing.
want to visit Japan.
I don't like being
Period, man.
chunky or whatever. Because I went and like got a gym membership to try and thin out, bulk up a bit. I mean, it's a long process, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be a marshmallow. Like I look at guys like Ethan Suplee, who played the fat guy in Remember the Titans. He went and got jacked up. Like, how did you do that?
I remember he was not girl. I remember he used to be so heavy set, but now he lost a lot of weight, and now he is just like built. He's like a Viking built.
Oh, what's her face? I think she played the character Fat Betty in that musical movie thing. People are giving her crap because she lost weight, and I'm like, why? Because she lost weight and wanted to be healthy? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
They do the same thing to Melissa McCarthy.
Basically, they want everyone to be as good as they are.
Adele, the woes of Adele.
Or Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm not a fan of Adele music. I'm a metalhead, goddammit, but still.
I mean, I don't think, at least in our lifetime, we'll ever see the zombie apocalypse happen. But movies like Zombieland have pretty much showed why you need to exercise, because you're going to be the first one taken out by the Walking Dead, while the people who were on the track team are like, run away, run away.
That's a good one.
Oh my God, it's funny.
I've actually seen a joke T-shirt where it says "Zombies hate fast food," and it's because it's like a gymnast or something running away, being able to outpace the zombies.
Yeah, the only exercise I get nowadays is actually helping out around the house and look inside and out, and that's pretty much how I begin my exercise. But basically, I still want to go back and work, But basically, with the COVID lockdown and stuff like that, it's just ridiculous that I actually had a job for about 9 years until COVID happened. Basically, it's just ridiculous.
It is.
It's. I'm been convinced for a while it was never about the virus. When you hear the horror stories of what's happening in Australia and the UK, people getting their homes barged in by police and taken away for literally nothing. It's Orwellian.
Oh yeah.
I get to feel we're living in a Deus Ex style future, man. And minus the Illuminati shit. Although you never truly know. Because we are living under the rule of tyrants.
I hate the people who are refusing to wear masks. Look, I don't wear masks either, but I wear them when I have to go to therapy and stuff because it's to protect me and everyone around me. It's to protect my elderly father who lives with me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't mind people wearing masks. And I'm not bitching at people who are adamant against it. Okay, let me explain. I wear a mask when I have to.
That's true.
That's pretty much what I have to do just to keep from getting COVID or spreading COVID.
Exactly. And trust me.
Oh my God, does anyone remember that video footage of the woman tearing up Target's mask thing? And I'm like, those poor people don't get paid enough to deal with this. You're a bitch.
Oh yeah, there's also a second video over there of her getting arrested by the police.
Oh yeah, didn't she scream?
And she's gonna try to break up the
Jewish.
I'm Jewish.
Fucking Karen. Oh yeah.
I knew you were an asshole, but I didn't know you were Jewish.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm to you. I mean, if you're Jewish, okay, cool. I'm black, but you don't see me over there acting a fool. I like wearing a mask because I want to protect myself from COVID. I had COVID, and I don't want to get it again. And yes, I did have COVID, guys, and it's not fun. I almost died. I was on the ventilator for about a few weeks. I came out of it,
Japan
thank God.
Japan is actually
Yes.
one of the countries that has the lowest rate of COVID, and it's because of the fact that they've already been practicing wear a damn mask when you're sick thing.
They've been doing
Yep.
that for years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they've been
usually
doing that
wear
for
masks
years though.
too,
Well, the
and
other thing
it's common
with
sense.
the other thing with Japan is the population and the government, they're on the same page. It's not a whole, control freak game between the two of them,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah.
the problem that we have over in the West. We have a government that is too bloated and does not and takes any opportunity they can to basically use a crisis to their advantage,
Hmm.
like it's been going on for decades.
I've told my dad this. We
Of
should get
course, the
rid of
government would use
everyone
the
in the government and replace them with children because kids can't do worse. I'm sorry.
Mm.
So it's like I came down with the Wu flu. I don't know how I did, but I did. But at the same time, it's like there's a limit to what they can do that should be unacceptable. Like I thankfully was able to get back to work, so I sympathize with everyone else who didn't. So it's like I'm not saying it isn't real or anything, but it's just like I mean I look at Japan and it's like they got it under control. They're not locking people's
Mm.
houses and putting them out of work. So
yeah.
what's
Why
our
can't we
excuse?
be like Japan? Oh wait, that's our government's full of tyrannical assholes who are using the whole frigging and pandemic as an excuse to take away our fucking rights.
And they're doing it again with what
Mm.
happened on the 6th. They did it with 9/11 with the Patriot Act, and they're trying to do it again this time on the rest of us at home.
20 years
Well,
later.
God damn it, that thing. I saw it. I'm like, God damn it, can I get 1 week in the new year without shit happening?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I just want to
1
just live
week,
my
damn it.
life.
1 week.
I just want to live my life, though. I don't want to see no more people dying. Already lost my teacher last year. I already lost my old high school teacher from COVID, and it devastated me. It really devastated me, guys, and I still miss her to this day. And when I had the COVID, I got scared that I was going to die. You guys have no idea how scary that is, though.
Oh my!
So that's the thing. That's why hygiene is very important. That's is why you always have to wash your hands and everything. When you go somewhere and you need to wear a mask, you have to wear a mask. Because I'm not gonna see a lot of people dying from the COVID. I can't. And then you got the Karens and stuff like that, and the Kevins over there saying, "No, I don't want to wear a mask."
Oh, fucking
Well, if you
all
don't
you
wear a mask,
think.
stay.
Don't even get me started on the Karens, guys. That is just freaking just. That's like a Pandora's box that does not need to be opened. Okay,
Well,
do
that's
not
why
open
I've
that
been
Pandora's
doing
box.
Mhm.
curbside pickup for my
Damn
groceries.
right.
Because I don't like my dad going into Walmart. He does it anyway because he prefers to go in to get groceries. But I have my own account because I get a disability check and stuff. So I get most of the groceries each month to try and cut back on exposure. But this is why I'm
Mm,
doing grocery pickup because I'm like, I just sit in my vehicle. They bring the stuff out after they confirm I'm who I say I am, and then I go home and put my groceries up after wiping them down.
exactly. I did the same thing too when we do grocery pick when they do delivery and stuff like that. I had to like disinfect everything, and I really had to though because I wasn't gonna take that risk though. And guess what, guys? I got something to show you. You won't believe what I got for Christmas.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
What'd you get?
A Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
What you get?
Oh, you got the
Ooh,
same color Nintendo Switch Lite I did.
rented us.
Well,
Rented a Switch Lite, but ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
what
teal.
games
This
did
is
you
this
get?
is a
What games did
oh,
you get?
just super jealous right now.
okay.
I just need to
I
get
got
some more
Pokemon
money
2.
so I can get one myself.
man,
Yeah, and
I got the actual
so
Switch, man. And,
You know,
the thing is, though, it's like,
David Ex Machina.
but yeah, like I said on my post on Christmas and stuff like that, and I said, and I earned this. I earned this with hard-earned money. I don't need a GoFundMe account to get this. I earned this, and I got like good games on there. I got Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, Pokemon Sword, and Stardew Valley.
Shield. Oh,
Yeah,
I
no, I
I
got
love
Sword.
the account slot things they have because I can now do a Pokemon Nuzlocke without having to, delete my very first save file.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I
and
still
the
want
things
to get. I still want to get a Switch so I can actually play Sense of Cyberpunk Ghost Order.
yeah.
Because
My
basically, I really had to tip my hat to Top Hat Studios for actually not bending the knee and actually growing a pair and actually telling the SJWs and the Outrage mob to
Yeah,
go.
my hat's off to Top Hat Studios too. I mean, not only do they give us hot girls with huge knockers, but they're
Mhm.
they're wanting to give us a damn good game, damn good survival horror game in two.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna say this: the only time I've ever liked Abby from Last of Us 2 was a fan
Lar-
art of her defending Uzaki-chan. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
only
me
time
too.
I ever liked her.
I love that too, man. And she was voiced by Laura Bailey.
And that's a damn shame when the only time I ever like a character from a video game is when it's fan art. That's a damn shame, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it
Yep.
is.
Wait, you guys talking near or whatever?
Broken?
No, there's no belt.
Oh no, there's no.
Sorry about that. I was talking to my little brother.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'm waiting to see when Nintendo will release that supposed Switch Pro that everyone's been talking about. I would prefer
You
the
think it's gonna
regular
come
one.
out? Because I think it is.
I'm
I hope it
gonna
comes out.
I'm gonna be
do.
honest. My Switch Lite was a gift from a friend in California, and he wanted to get me an actual regular Switch. And every time he buys me expensive stuff, I feel terrible because I can't, buy him expensive stuff because I don't have as
Me
much money as
too.
him. So I told him, just give me the Nintendo Switch Lite because it's pretty much going to play the same games like the regular Switch. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm only going to be getting like Pokemon and stuff, and you don't really need the Switches to come off to play Pokemon.
Yeah. It's just me.
Yeah.
I prefer having the option of still being able to play
No,
on TV.
I used to card to this over there to download Pokemon Sword instead of getting the cartridge. It's actually much easier and and it's actually cheaper.
I'm not really huge into Pokemon myself, but I'm more a Digimon and Shin Megami Tensei guy. By the way, I can't wait for Shin Megami Tensei 3 Remastered and Shin Megami Tensei 5 coming this year, possibly.
I'm actually still playing Animal Crossing, and
Oh, I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
I'm trying to wait until I've done my whole town the way I want it, which is the extra slots are going to be based around things like restaurants and schools and stuff, while my house is just a plain house.
Oh
And then
yes, I want.
I'll take pictures of each thing, and then I'm just going to delete the world to start again. I'm just waiting now because I want to slowly do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
one house is a restaurant and another is a bar on the beach because one of the Christmas items you can make for Animal Crossing is this counter with a jar of liquids and stuff, and I'm like, this would look good for a bar, so I decided I'm gonna have a bar on the beach.
Ooh. Hey guys, look,
Nice.
I'm going to like head out. I gotta do some cleaning today, so I'll come back next time. All right, and then it was guys. And thank you for letting me be on the show.
Yeah,
See you,
sure.
Britta.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Yep.
All right, you too. Take care, y'all.
Yep.
So okay, so it's just us, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can post out your link on Twitter, but I'm really worried about KV getting into the thing. I mean, I
Mm.
suppose you could easily boot them if they try to start crap, but then they'll say
Yeah, we need
they could take my
moderators.
tweet or something, and say, "Oh, they're talking ill about us," and it's like we're allowed to talk ill about you because you're being ill-worthy.
And freedom of speech
Yeah,
for however long we have it.
yeah, till freaking alt tech goes total authoritarianism. I
They pretty
really
much
can't
have.
do
And
like
there's only so much bullshit
authoritarian.
the American people can take. I mean, the Second American Revolution's pretty much inevitable at this point.
Yeah,
I
Michael.
am trying to stay out of this shit. Try to protect my family. Christmas was the first time I had seen my grandfather for all of 2020 because I was scared with all the idiots around that I might end up with COVID somehow and end up killing him.
Mm.
Also, if we get any what do I want to say there? Any bad apples in the group, I can just automatically block them. So
Yeah,
basically,
exactly, man.
if you guys can share it, I mean, it would actually really mean so much to me to actually, get some more voices on here. Also share this around a little bit.
I will say this: how funny would it be if BT ended up in here? That would make me happy because then I could tear into him.
Oh God, if that actually truly happened,
I think we'd all tear his ass up in the worst way possible.
And I'd just point at
Double if Professor Otaku happens to come across the stream so I could tear his shit up.
Because
or
God,
his face.
I would make sure he couldn't claim I was being racist or something. I would point to his weight, point how creepy he is. I would make sure it was nothing that he could say, "Oh, she's racist. She said I was less because I'm black." No, you're a creepy fat fuck who, even if Monica has been awful to Vic, does not deserve some creep following her around. The reason I haven't insulted Monica anymore is because the minute I found out that Ron was abusive to several of his ex-partners, I became worried because how do we know she's not being forced now? How do we know?
Yeah, that's a good point right there. It's just like, basically victims always actually like to play the victim just so they can actually get some gratification.
It's basically, it's basically the whole help, I'm oppressed kind of thing. Like, and you just want him to shut up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Jesus.
you already got your point across. Just go away. You're a creep.
Like, I know people on Twitter, they came from socialist or former socialist hellholes, and they're like, you live in a far greater, freer country than we did. You're ungrateful, pretty much. Like, we worked our butt off. Why are you complaining?
This is why I hate people who will say, "Oh, you can't be mean to me. I'm autistic." And I'm like, "I'm autistic too, but if I act like an asshole, I feel like people should be allowed to call me out on that shit."
Yep. You can
I
only
mean,
hide
I'm on the autistic spectrum, and I got Asperger's disorder. So basically, it's just how it is.
I'm high functioning.
We don't
too.
play
This
victim.
is why I hated Chris Chan, because anyone who basically called him out on his creepy art, like the one picture where
Yeah.
I'm hoping y'all know what I'm talking about because I don't want to go into further detail. But he gets called out and he says, "Oh, I'm autistic. You're being mean to me." I'm like, "I'm autistic too, but if I did crap like you did, I'd want someone to shoot me because that is creepy as hell."
Exactly, and basically, I'm just sick and tired of these double standards with certain people saying that basically, if you actually draw a freaking character with a flat chest, then you're a pedophile. But if you draw him with a big chest, then it's like, oh my god, we're organs. Oh, poor Beck, he missed accidentally her to actually have tits that huge. It's just a freaking drawing, you morons.
Someone should do a comparison of that, saying flat chested character, oh, you're into little children. Big chested character, oh, you sexist pig. And then put a thing saying these people are never fucking happy.
They're pretty much
Exactly.
they're pretty much a whinier, non-violent version of what happened at Charlie Hebdo, where they drew political cartoons, and the next thing they knew they were bombed just for exercising, freedom of satire. It's like, how long till they start becoming the terrorists in the situation over people drawing whatever they want? It's like slippery slope.
It's
I've
like,
actually found
oh,
people
hey.
who are upset that the main character Luz from Owl House is bisexual, saying she should be a lesbian. I'm like, why? There are bisexual people. I'm a bisexual, so this kind of makes me happy that there's actually representation for me for once.
Yeah.
Because anytime they want to do a
Oh, hey, Fire
representation
Canvas.
for the community, it's always, oh, they're pure lesbian or pure gay. And it's like, well, what about the people who like both girls and guys? What?
Well, anyway, Pirate Campus actually has joined the chat, and apparently, he can't be able to come on because he's actually coming down with some kind of sickness or something. I hope you're actually doing all right, PC. I mean, let us know if you are. I mean, he says, "Sorry, I'm not there."
Gonna go.
I'm
I'm
throwing up.
gonna go post the link and pray no one on KV enters. I'm sorry if they do.
Besides, it's all good. Besides, I just actually needed some time to vent and just share my thoughts and ideas with other people and just hold on. I got whoops. Hold on. Add to stream again.
Yeah, sorry. I was checking
I take it that you just got yeeted there, Alex.
No, I was fiddling around with the chat, trying to figure out how I could see who was there, and I ended up pressing the wrong button, which yeeted myself out. So it was just
Yeah,
Okay,
that's happened,
I
dude.
posted the thing to
I
Twitter.
wouldn't worry about it.
Now we get to see if anyone decides to click the link. I'm sure people who follow me know I wouldn't be that asshole, who would post, malware or something.
Man,
Yeah, I hear you there.
man. And fuck the people
Yeah,
who think.
according to PC, he said he actually ate some bad food, and PC, I feel sorry for you, dude. And basically, I hope you are getting better. That's all I can say, man.
Ugh, food poisoning.
I've had food
Yeah,
poisoning
food
because
poisoning sucks.
there was one time my dad and I got Taco Bell, and he didn't eat his chalupa. And the next day, I asked him if he was going to eat it. He said no, so I ate it. And later that night, I was sick, and I was explaining in an art stream I was in watching an artist and stuff. And they're like, "What happened? Did you eat something?" And I said, "The only thing I can think of is I ate a chalupa that was in the fridge from last night." And they're like, "Never eat Taco Bell the next day. It doesn't last long."
It's good
Yeah.
when you eat. I have this.
Eat Taco Hell, period.
Like, I have this philosophy with most food that I eat. Like, most of it, just eat it while you can. If depending on where you get it, like, if it's good quality, then yeah, sure. If it's not, don't even bother. Like, Taco Bell's the last thing I would save for leftovers, honestly.
I don't eat beef much anymore because I started eating better after my mom passed away, because she always loved buying nothing but beef, and I'm like, God, I'm bogged down. I'm surprised I haven't had a heart attack yet.
Yeah, like, I'm a carnivore by admission, but I try to balance it whenever I can.
I've been eating poultry mostly. Sometimes I'll eat pork or beef, but that's usually if I'm at like a party and that's all they have.
Yeah, like chicken or fish. Fish is good.
But when
Especially
we were
sushi.
coming home from the Christmas party that my family usually has, like I said, I didn't see my grandfather until Christmas of 2020 because I didn't want to get him sick.
Yeah.
we stopped at Jack in the Box on the way because it was basically we might as well get something because they didn't really have food because we were just opening gifts, you know. So we got Jack in the Box as dinner, and I forgot how greasy at least my Jack in the Box food is, and how bogged down the beef makes me. And it's like, oh my god, I wish we had gone to Burger King because at least they flame broil.
Oh yeah, I prefer Burger King's burgers over McDonald's because they actually grill
I'm
them.
a Wendy's kind of guy if we're talking fast food.
Yeah, because basically, I prefer here's the thing. I mean, I don't have anything against vegans, but basically, veganism should be a choice and not forced on everybody, and just forced down everyone's throats. But humans are supposed to be omnivores. Basically, I mean, having a steady diet of meat and like vegetables and stuff like that, it's supposed to actually have a balance in life. But
Well, not
one
only
thing
that,
or another, it's actually good.
well, not only that, it depends on the people because what may be dietarily fine for, say, someone of European descent will not exactly be compatible dietarily with someone with, say, Japanese or Indian descent. It's about where it's all genetic and where you come from. So
I love doing this to vegans because I've had a couple come up to me when I'll go out and eat with my dad or something. Come up and say, your burger used to have a face. I take the burger, look them in the eye, and go, that's good face. Basically, like,
Oh
mind your
yeah.
own fucking business. I don't go up to you and say, vegetables aren't enough for your diet, right? No, I mind my own business because I'm not there to bug people on their dietary choices.
Oh God! I mean, I would love to actually I would just love to do that to that vegan teacher, on TikTok. He's just like, ooh, here's a really nice burger. Oh, did you know that burger actually had a face? Oh, that's a good fish right there. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
crispy.
I totally do that in front of that
Jesus.
vegan teacher. Put your hands down just to see her go wee.
I'm waiting for the day that there's a vegan that says, your burger was probably named Lulabelle or something. I'm like, that's good, Lulabelle. They're trying everything to make you feel bad. And I'm like, as long as I didn't know the cow personally, I really don't care. I mean,
Amen.
I
Hallelujah.
understand
Peanut
if
butter to
I
that.
helped raise the cow or something, I wouldn't be exactly willing to eat a burger made from said cow. But if I don't know the cow personally, I don't really care. I just want to eat the damn burger. I don't know why you're bugging me. Why are you bugging me? Do you want me to shove part of the burger down your throat? Choke you on it? Because that's what's going to happen if you don't get the fuck away from me.
Dude, I'd be like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. If I give a shit, I might give a fuck, but I don't give a shit, so I don't give a fuck.
Like, let me eat my burger, you eat your salad, and we're square. No need for shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing with the whole drawing. Like, I like my art, you like your art. Leave each other alone. No need for.
My dad's thing is, I may not know art, but I know what I like.
Yep.
That's pretty much it's the mantra here.
This is why I don't like PETA. They actually blocked me because this was during the thing where they tried to talk about how Steve Irwin was abusive to animals because Google did a doodle thing, and I put, didn't y'all steal a little girl's Chihuahua puppy from her backyard and kill it? And instant block.
Man, fuck PETA.
And it's like, oh, you don't like that I called you out on something horrible you did. Oh, thank you for proving my point and being cowards instead of trying to defend yourself.
Yeah, and PETA complains about everything from Pokemon to freaking Warhammer 40,000 Space Wolf figures having, plastic fur on their figures. It's like they care about animals as much as Marxists care about workers. They don't. They should be laughed out of civilization.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
and we're
Nintendo
talking about
has not
Warhammer
approved.
40K, for God's sakes. Grim, dark dystopia.
Where everyone wants to kill each other.
And everyone's a fucking miserable piece of shit.
I love the little Easter egg that the creators of Meat Boy did, because PETA did their own version of Meat Boy with tofu, and they did a thing where you could unlock a tofu farm, and it can't do shit. Because
Of
while
course,
tofu may be
it's
good,
PETA.
it doesn't give you what it needs.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Like, we need more developers and people in tech that just give them the middle finger like that. Like, especially the Cyberpunk Ghost Story game, which I do
agree.
intend to buy when it comes out.
Same here.
Pretty
That's
much
the way.
revolution
That's the
here.
way you're going to honestly stop all this. You need to like get people who will go into the institutions that have long been taken over by these SJW leftists in order to get them to back off, because we don't have as many of them as we used to. Like Hollywood, they're all left these days. After John Wayne left, died, they all pretty much said, yeah, we don't want to do with any of this shit anymore, and they left. And what happened? Takeover. That's the only way to honestly stop this. So more basically, if we fund more developers, in movie studios run by people like those, the greater chance you have at honestly forcing back, the Jack Dorseys and Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, because then they actually have competition that they can't silence, because now you have these new guys who have been propped up and made as successful as them, and now you pretty much have a bulwark against them.
I want to try, and if I knew how to code and stuff, I would want to do a point and click style game, like what you could used to do in the 90s on computers, like Carmen San Diego and stuff.
Or 3D Dinosaur Adventure, which I used to play forever as a kid.
But you would have the choice between a guy character or his girlfriend to play as. If you choose the guy character, an evil tyrant king steals the girlfriend. You basically do the saving the damsel thing, but it's still the same thing. If you choose the girlfriend, only the tyrant king is now a friendly guy, and it's his evil twin sister or something who kidnaps the boyfriend.
Plot
and then
twist.
as you're going through the game, if you choose the girlfriend, there'd be like an Easter egg where you got this caricature of Anita Sarkeesian saying, "Oh, look at that. Trying to save a guy. You don't need no man." And then you get the option to punch her and send her into the sun.
Oh, God. That would be funny. That would actually be like Saitama level, Just like One Punch Man. Just like freaking. Send his Sarkeesian flying. Oh, God.
Dude, I totally do that. Of course, a game I would definitely make would be a mecha RPG that's also politically incorrect as fuck.
Oh, you mean like you have girls with big knockers, but then you got that one ugly feminist who says, "Oh my God, you're sexualizing her," and it's like, sorry, women with big tits exist. It ain't our fault that God decided to beat you with the ugly stick.
Oh,
exactly. And I basically use the ugly bitch, the preachy ugly bitch, as target practice.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm attractive in any way, shape, or form, but it's like, I can't fight genetics. I'm sorry, I can't fight genetics. Hating someone who might look better than me is stupid.
It's pointless. And honestly, the whole fat acceptance thing as well, it's like, I don't want to be like that. If anything, it motivates me to want to exercise and look better. Because, like I mentioned, I mentioned the Room of the Titans actor earlier.
Yeah.
Like, if he could do it,
Yeah,
then what's
fuck
their
that
excuse?
acceptance, man.
Well, like I said, there are some people who can actually make the plus size work, but most times it's like, oh God,
Yeah.
you look like oh God.
Yeah, it's like
Please,
I don't have a
give me bleach. My eyes, they need cleansing.
yeah, like there's a
Exactly.
difference between being thick, like healthy thick, and being morbidly like about to be on your deathbed obese. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Anyone read Plus Size Elf?
I still need to get that. I mean, basically, the next manga I'm getting is Don't Bully Me, Miss Nagataro. I mean, I've been hearing people screech freaking right and left about that particular anime, along with redo of Healer. Trust me, that is actually going to cause a lot of hell of a lot of people to actually get super freaking salty.
I'm
See,
just
mostly
laughing at
read
Marvel
sci-fi and mecha manga, but I will pick up the one-off Genshiken and Plus Size Elf every now and then.
I'm just laughing at everyone at Marvel and DC getting upset that manga and anime is wiping the floor with them, and I'm like, oh gee, it's almost as if we don't want to hear about fucking woke crap.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
It's not that we don't.
Look at
It's not that we don't want to hear politics. It's just we don't want to hear your shoved in ones. It's like, I mean, look at Gundam. Gundam has a lot of politics, but it's politics that's like kind of like original Star Wars, where it's like it's universal. It's not one-sided. You understand both the perspectives of both sides instead of
That's why Gundam
shoehorned it.
is one of my favorite animes because it takes a nuanced approach to how much war is hell and hell for both sides.
Yeah.
The Mariko or whatever her name is for the I Am Not Starfire thing. I don't
Oh
like,
God, I hate that stupid cover for I Am Not Starfire. God damn.
Yeah, I made a joke saying, yeah, you're diabetic. That's her name. She's diabetic because she's basically at a weight that I'm sure if you took her to a doctor, they'd say, you're type 2 diabetic. We're surprised your foot hasn't wanted to fall off yet.
She's fine. I more prefer to call her Ms. Diabeto.
Yeah, someone, I forget the name they used, but they put her head on one of the bodies of the new Star Wars characters, and it was freaking hilarious because the name basically, if you say it fast enough, is diabetes.
Right?
Hang on a second, guys. I gotta let Alex back on.
Sorry, I yeeted myself again.
Oh God!
You were saying about Star Wars something?
But my disappointment is I've read a couple of Mariko's books, and they're pretty good because they're grounded in reality. You know, it's stuff that would happen in real life. But I see the thing for I Am Not Starfire, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you're good with realistic stuff, but the minute you try to go into like superheroes and stuff, I just can't stand it because it just doesn't make fucking sense. Because I'm sorry, if someone is deciding to be a superhero, unless their powers relate to their weight, they are not going to be fat. Because if they're fighting and stuff, they're going to be burning off the weight.
Yep. I mean, it's not like the Blob where he's fat because it's because of his power.
I actually came up with an idea. I actually came up with an idea for a hero called Bomb.
Coming! Got it. Hang on, I'll be back.
It's supposed to be funny too on the fact that she's heavy set, but she's a literal bomb. She can blow up. Her fat is padding, and someone suggested that maybe she could eat high-calorie foods and the fat could be used as fuel for her bomb powers.
She sounds like a superhero version of that North Korean monster Pulgasari, where he eats all the metal and it's like the source of his power or whatever.
I did not know this. I was just trying to come up with a hero that it would make sense for why they'd be fat. Because I'm sorry, again, you're not gonna be freaking fat if you're kicking and punching people and possibly running.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another example of a hero is Fat Gum from My Hero Academia. I mean, that's just another example I'd like to throw out there. I mean,
Oh, fat gums.
Yeah.
And
when he used his thing, I'm like, holy hell, he's hot.
Yeah. Basically, it's just ridiculous how people always actually have to like assume, and I'm using half air quotes here, because basically there aren't any characters that don't fit their narrative. And basically, don't even get me started on the blackwashing bull crap, because basically, oh god, don't. I mean, basically, you got Z fixes fat phobia and stuff like that. It's ridiculous.
I hate blackwashing. And then when you point out, well, how is this different from whitewashing? They go, you're being racist.
no characters.
But it's the same thing. You're just making a white character black instead of a black character white.
Yeah, and it does like you hear them complain about it for games that are set in medieval Europe, like Kingdom Come Deliverance.
And you remember the Witcher thing?
Yeah.
How they were upset there weren't people of color, and I'm like, no offense, but considering the time period Witcher is set in, those people would be slaves. And considering y'all get upset whenever a person of color is portrayed as a slave, that's kind of the reason why they left the black people out.
Mm-hmm.
Also, here's another thing.
Magic, but it still tries to follow what would be going on during that time period,
Yeah. And if they want to complain about diversity, why aren't they complaining about the characters that are so monumentally monolithic, like in Africa or Asia? It's like diversity for thee, but not for me. If anything, they're the most racist people out there.
Also, here's another thing. Did you know that back during the 13th century, most of the slaves that went to Africa were actually white?
Yep.
Oh, I actually posted a video about that because I found it by chance on YouTube, and I got told that's fake, and I'm like, no, it isn't. I double-checked this thing.
Yeah, and a little bit of a factoid. The word slave stems from Slav. Literal white European people who have had more shit dealt to them by both not only other Europeans, but North African and Asian, Arabs and other people. And
because of what happened in America when the country first became a thing, nope, it's only white people who are awful with this.
And not long afterwards, like Thomas Jefferson, he formed the Navy, and we had a little thing called the Barbary War, where he single-handedly, with the Navy, in its infancy, destroyed the Atlantic slave trade on the Barbary Coast, where both blacks and whites were being sold off. So,
and
yeah.
Also another thing, the Irish were the first to actually be segregated against when, America was actually first, becoming more diverse and having immigration and stuff.
Yeah, they were even.
I forget the guy's name, but Wolfwalkers, they based the villain off this guy, but this guy slaughtered thousands of Irish people who refused to convert to Christianity.
Whoa. Sense. I mean, I'm actually of Irish blood, and basically, it just actually kind of shows that, people don't understand, history, human history, How
about when Irish people were first coming to America, they basically took the jobs no one else wanted because no one else would hire them.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they actually have like those signs that say "No Irish need apply," which
And
I
they're
kind of
right.
find is completely stupid. Go ahead.
Basically, cherry picking. They will
Exactly.
they will ignore the whole no Irish need applied thing because Ireland had mostly white people.
Or
But
let's.
if
Yeah.
it's something involving black people or someone else of color, it's, oh, this was such a terrible time during history. And it's like, way to ignore that my ancestors were also oppressed pretty much because I'm Irish on both my father and mother's side of the family.
And in my case, I'm Jewish, and our history is practically 90%, invasions, conquering, and being enslaved by pretty much literally everybody.
So that
And
means it wouldn't be surprising if you had people during World War II in concentration camps.
uh, my ancestry, in terms of Europe, goes all the way to east, to like Ukraine. So but they left. They left like after they left around the time of the Tsar. So I don't know of anyone that survived World War II specifically, but they did. But they've been, kicked around by their own Slavs and the own people during the Tsar days. And I'm also part Scottish on my mother's side, and the Scots had a lot of shit handed to them back in their day. So it's
It's
like it
almost
doesn't.
as if not any one group of people have it worse than another.
Yup. And the Native Americans were robbing and pillaging each other even before a white man showed up.
Oh my oh my god. I love the people who are saying, "Oh, this is an insult to the Native Americans." Yet you have Native Americans saying, "I love this drawing. This makes me so happy because we're never really represented very well in the media." And it's like, are you ignoring these people because it goes against your thing? You got to be ignoring these people because it goes against your thing.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's like your hurt is worse than your hurt. It don't matter. We've all had ancestrally had it, and there's people out there in countries far worse than others who are still getting their shit kicked in by their own people. So it doesn't matter. And as for the drawing thing, like he's drawing a cool looking Native American character, and there's plenty more of them where they're like, yeah, like you just said, like we like this. We don't get a lot of this. We don't feel pandered to. We like it.
The guy put out a tweet saying he was sorry if he misrepresented. He actually did research. And me and the people who are like, I like this, our people don't get this good representation, are like, don't apologize to these idiots. They don't speak for you. Or in the Native Americans who were saying they like the drawings case, the Native Americans. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically like that one girl who got mad at that. I think the username was Stardew Valley or something, but she put on a new Animal Crossing hairstyle and said cute space buns, and everyone's like that, and a
Oh,
couple people are like, those are Afro puffs and you aren't allowed to have it because you're white. And I'm like, well, what about, I mean, South Park has shown with Kyle that white people can have Afro frizzy hair.
like
Yeah,
what's
I
next?
mean,
You're gonna cancel characters for having those like Chun Li buns next? What's next?
A guy I follow on Twitter, and this was because of the whole thing, actually did a drawing with a SJW, because let's be honest, most of the times the people who are offended are fucking white women.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Drew this girl like, oh my god, this is ugly, and it's a little drawing thing of the space buns thing. And then you see a black woman with afro puffs, a Japanese girl with the Odango buns, and a couple other people, including Native American and Hispanic with buns. And it's basically saying, This is not linked to only one person, you idiot.
Yep. Or there's no, there isn't. Another example would be like there was that one thing that was happening in Spain months back where they all the people had their faces colored in black, and you had SJWs complaining about them doing blackface when it had nothing to do with it. It had to do with them like paying
Black
tribute
Peter?
to. It had to do with them. It had to do with them like paying tribute to the Moors, because centuries ago the Moors had dominion over parts of Spain and brought a lot of their stuff over there. And then they went and complained again when they had like like the triangular hoods and stuff. They all thought, oh, they're pretending to be KKK members, and it's like, no, they're not. That their robes are going back to like old European crusaders from back in the old days. So
I actually found out that the KKK was actually an MLM at one point.
They were actually what?
An MLM, or pyramid scheme, if you don't know what a multi-level marketing thing is.
Yeah.
Basically, they use people's racism to get money. And the more money you got, you became like the Grand Wizard or something, and a ghoul and a goblin. And I'm like, this sounds like a D&D session. This sounds like a D&D session. Because it's the Grand Wizard is like one of the highest things. I'm like, the Grand Wizard? You know what? Maybe those idiots comparing orcs to black people might have been onto something if this is what they were looking at.
That'd be something.
But
yeah,
they started out as an MLM using racism. I'm actually wondering how many of them were actually racist and were just saying, oh yeah, we hate the black people, give us money.
Oh God.
But there was this video of a white woman with dreadlocks and a black woman saying, that is one of our hairstyles. And I'm like, actually, if you look at Viking history, Vikings had dreadlocks, and someone pointed out that ancient Asians had dreadlocks too. And it's like, you're gonna cancel Asian people? You're gonna cancel them because they were wearing dreadlocks long before people were traveling to other parts of the world.
Yeah, it's like basically a cultural version of convergent evolution. Just because something looks similar on one area doesn't mean it's necessarily the same as the other person in the other area. Somebody comes up with something regardless of where they are and what time period. So it's not necessarily representative of being the same thing. It just so happened to look similar.
I love the people who say that if you try to do something with another culture with white characters, it's colonialism. Yet these are the same people who tell creators like Horikoshi that he needs more black people. And I'm like, and we'll take characters like Suyu and make them black and fat. And I'm like, isn't that considered colonialism?
Yep.
You're basically taking a character that is Japanese, and we know she's Japanese because she was born in Japan. This isn't a thing like Full Metal Alchemist where it's like, well, we don't know what it would represent because these are fictional places. No, this is literally Japan. It is mentioned in the anime and manga. It is Japan.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, manga and anime have originated from Japan. I mean, basically, these people that actually scream culturalism or colonialism against us for actually enjoying it, that's just completely stupid. And
even
basically,
and even then, manga has its roots in like Franco-Belgian comics. But even though it came from there, the format, it's still Japanese work with their, it's their own spin. So the whole cultural association. It's nonsense because everyone has borrowed from one person or another and made it their own. So it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, in fact, if you look at the manga for Cyborg 009, well, we know that the design for 006, I think it is, I could be wrong, it's been a while since I've watched the anime and stuff, but one of the characters is black because if you've, watched the show or read the manga, various people from around the world were kidnapped to be turned into cyborgs and stuff.
Yep.
But if you look at the manga, yes, well, now we know that's kind of horrifying and it's been fixed since then. If you look at Cyborg 006, he's basically the traditional minstrel show look. And it's horrifying, but you have to remember this was back during a time when everyone didn't exactly have access to what a black person actually looked like, so they were basically doing what they could find from America.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Or another example is Dutch from Black Lagoon. I mean, that's actually a perfect example of a black character that's done right.
Oh yeah. Dutch is cool.
He looks cool. He acts cool. There's no mockery.
I actually remember For Shame. I mean, For Kids. I call them For Shame. But
Good one.
But I remember all the bad edits and stuff, like editing out most of the pole that Zoro was tied to because it might look like a cross. I'm like, what kind of cross are you looking at that you have to edit out a thick pole? But I was looking through the edits that For Shame did for One Piece, and most I had already known because I had managed to watch some of the original thing by For Shame. And that's why I got turned off of One Piece for several years until a friend said, don't watch For Shame's thing. Go for the mangas. Trust me, you'll like it. And that's how I became a fan of One Piece, was because I decided to check out the manga. For Shame basically made me reluctant to check out One Piece because they did terrible. But one of the edits was one of the clown characters, brown skin character, had like pink lipstick or something because clown. And instead of being like, let's edit off the pink lipstick thing, no, they turned the character white, and I'm like, oh yes, that seems less racist.
Oh God.
That's why 4
Basically,
kids should be shamed.
yeah, exactly. And also, don't even get me started on that Guardian video when they were actually saying that Mr. Bopo from Dragon Ball Z was actually a representation of a Gollywog doll.
Oh my God.
Oh, what?
A Gollywog doll.
Oh, it took me a while because I remember actually having one as a kid because I'm from Louisiana. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to escape the terrible stuff. And I was given one by my grandparents. It was a female one, and I used to call it a booga baby.
Booga baby.
My mother was embarrassed because I was like 4 or 5 years old, and we were at the doctor's office for a checkup for me. And I saw a woman holding her baby, and I said, "Booga baby," and my mom's like, "I am so sorry." And it's like, I didn't know that was bad. I was a kid. Nowadays, I know not to do something like that, but as a kid, you don't think. That's why parents are supposed to teach their children.
Yeah.
They're
And
supposed
then
to teach them
parents
right
wonder
from
why
wrong.
their kids are little nightmares later in life. It's because you didn't teach them not to do stupid shit.
Yeah, that happened to me. Like we ordered like Chinese take delivery, and I was in like an Oriental phase. Like I was watching like Jackie Chan adventure or Jackie Chan movies and shows and whatnot. And when he came, I was like, "Mom, the Chinaman's here," and they both she and him turned white, and it was like she's like, "I'm so sorry, he doesn't know." So it's like, water under the bridge. But like you said, when you're a kid, you don't know when stuff like that happens. And since then, I've been like, I wish I didn't do that. Now that I know the context of it.
Yeah, but but at least my mother said it's different with your doll. When you see an actual person of color, don't call him a booga baby.
Yeah.
My mother actually was like, don't do that shit. That's bad. Meanwhile, you got Karen who's like, oh, my little angel could never do wrong. Meanwhile, her little angel is throwing rocks through windows and stuff.
Oh.
Oh God. Also, here's another thing about me. Here are some of my heritages: Irish, Scottish, English, French Canadian, Norwegian, Scandinavian, African American, and Navajo Native American.
Ooh. I'm saying ooh because normally, like, everyone and their grandma, when it comes to white people, claim they have Native American blood, but then they do the 23andMe and it turns out, nope. So you're like the first guy I've met who is actually light skinned that actually has Native American blood.
Yeah,
But it's like 1/64 since my grandmother's actually like mostly white, but she also has like Navajo Native American in her. So basically, that's how I actually. And my dad's actually like mulatto, like biracial.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, at least you actually know that if you had at least one relative saying, "Oh yeah, we got Native American blood," they weren't blowing it out their ass.
I'm half Native American, half dog.
Exactly.
I'm half Scottish, half Irish.
Like I said, Jewish, Ukrainian, possibly a little bit of Romanian, and I also mentioned Scottish, also German and French on my mother's side, and Mexican also on my mother's side, while my dad is the Ukrainian Jewish side. So a lot of different people.
I have Irish, French, English, Welsh, Prussian, and
Prussian.
Spain somewhere. I'm saying Spain because if I ever say Spanish to someone, they'll say, "Oh, you're Mexican," and I'm like,
Nope.
oh.
There's a difference. Spanish is the language, unless it's the nationality. It's just
that's why I have to say in Spain, because if I say Spanish, I'm always gonna get one idiot who's like, "Oh, you have a relative that came from Mexico," and it's like, "No, you idiot! Oh God, my head hurts just reading your stupidity. I wish I knew where you live so I could go to you and slap you for insulting my brain."
Product of the modern public education.
Basically, what I want to do to most every anime hater who said anime is trash. Oh fuck.
Or it's just for kids when a lot of it isn't.
Oh, you
exactly.
mean anime that doesn't basically do like America and say, "Oh, this character is female and a lesbian." No, they do story first, and then the main character just so happens to be female and just so happens to be a lesbian. It's not like, "This is why you should like our show. Representation, representation." And it's like, if the story ain't good, I'm not gonna like your show. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
amen.
Good representation of lesbian chicks in anime, me too. I mean, check out that, and in video games as well. I mean, just check out the Legend of Heroes series with that one purple haired chick.
Sailor Moon had like one of their very first same-sex couples with Neptune and Uranus. Keep mixing people up. But
Yep. And they censored that shit.
I know, but because you had those two characters still holding hands and stuff, the only thing I got as a kid, because I tended to like to learn about stuff, I was that kid who preferred watching unsolved mysteries as opposed to what was on in the 90s for kids. But even as a kid, when I saw that, I'm like, if they're cousins, I don't care if we don't have to worry about them having a child with like five eyeballs or something. That's
Ban-
still wrong because it's incest. As a
Banjo playing in the background.
Alabama.
kid. Oh, I would love someone to do a Sailor Moon abridged, and when it comes to Neptune and Uranus making an appearance saying, "We're from Alabama," and you hear banjo music.
I'm sorry. I just think that
Yeah, but that would be so perfect if someone did a Sailor Moon abridged, because that was the biggest thing once the internet became a thing and you could find out that they were actually lesbian lovers, not cousins. Because it's like, so America, you thought being cousins would have been a better choice than friends with benefits or something.
Ding, 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 ding.
And it's
Dude, I
like,
would totally
did
watch.
no one question when they decided, how do we hide that they're lesbian lovers?
Dude, I would totally watch an Arbor Trooper Votom's abridged with Chirico as a Latino, as a Latino dude.
that that was why I loved Helsing Ultimate Abridged, because when it came to the Klansmen, because they had the Klansmen, you had the one guy who
Oh
stood up
yeah,
for Israel.
that was hilarious.
I need
And
to
I'm
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna
watch.
have
like,
to
what?
find those.
Wait, what?
I need to watch Helsing
I
Ultimate
mean,
Abridged. I don't see a lot of them, but I did. There was of course Ghost Stories, which is notorious for how they redid the dub for that one, and
Yeah. Yeah, I
also
didn't
Yu-Gi-Oh.
like it when I watched it, but I accepted. Well, I guess if the people who made it in Japan are okay with it, okay. But then you watch it now and it's so dated because everything's from the early 2000s. And then if you know what's been going on with Vic and stuff, it pisses you off because it's like, you fucking hypocrites.
Yep. I also like the GX Yu-Gi-Oh GX Abridged. The one that gets me every time is the one with Chaz, where he's trying to get into North Academy. And he's like going collecting cards out on the ice, and then it's like, you've been out there for a week. How'd you make it? It's okay. I had rock salt. Rock salt. Are you? How are you not
I think
dead?
I broke my coccyx. Oh, suck it up, Mary Sue.
oh man. Or I actually remember the one where freaking Yugi gets stuck in a freaking burning building, and uh freaking Tristan was actually trying to freaking open the door. He's like, oh, the door hurt. Yeah, then Joey's like, yeah, let me do it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sort of like freaking Fist of the North Star. They freaking break it through the door, and then they're like, yay!
Senza bean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I need to
I,
watch
I
those.
need
Yeah, we're
to
just
I
having too
need
much
to
fun.
watch the Cell arc just so I can see if someone calls Goku a fucking idiot for giving Cell a Senzu bean.
Oh, of course.
Because I'm
Well, of course,
sorry,
Goku's an idiot.
but this is a case. This is one of those cases for me where I'm like, God, I wish I was in there just so I could punch Goku in the face saying, "We're trying to save the world here, you dumbass! Don't give him a fucking Senzu bean!"
Oh man,
Ugh.
if we could actually find a way to actually make our own versions of some anime abridged, I mean, I would be more than happy to actually do some ad libs for some of the characters. Like, what if we could actually all get together and do dubs for certain characters and stuff like that? It would just freaking just be
Like someone
absolutely.
edits in Bulma or Chi Chi and someone yells, "Don't give him a fucking sense of being, you fucking idiot!"
Oh, definitely. Dude, that would just be freaking hilarious.
Another one that I like was also in GX Abridged, where they poke fun at the whole. You know how in a lot of the duels, the major duels, they kind of just for the sake of drama, they make up the rules as they go along.
You're gonna have to repeat that.
And it's like, you got a plot device card, haven't you? Yep.
I remember seeing this animation someone did for Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's the scene with Joey's sister Serenity, because the reason he did the thing was to get the money to help pay for her surgery and stuff.
Yep.
And she
Yeah.
says, "Oh, I want to see my brother duel. I just can't see through these damn bandages." And you hear, and she's like, "Ah, my eyes!" And then you see blood everywhere.
Ah.
And it's like,
Oh, man.
I guess that's why the doctors usually do this shit.
Mm-hmm. Like you wait a while. It's not healed yet.
Or freaking SAO Abridged. I mean, I still gotta sit down and watch that one. I mean,
Dude,
basically, I know
actually-
that Sword Art Online gets so much hate, especially from people like Mother's Basement. Oh God, don't even get me started on
I
him.
unfollowed Mother's
Yeah,
Basement
fuck
when
Mother's
he started
Basement,
that
man.
stupidity.
I mean, I don't like Sword Art Online, but
I
He's a
don't like
little-
Sword Art Online either, mainly because it reminded me of Dot Hack.
I'm not really that huge in the Sword Art Online. I mean, I'm more. Remember, I more prefer Mecha and Cyberpunk, but
Yeah, but Sword Art Online made me think of Dot Hack because while it was only a select few of people who ended up going into comas because of their characters getting stuck in the game, it's still pretty much Dot Hack in my opinion when it comes to Sword Art Online, because it's like the only difference is everyone who entered the game is fucking screwed and everyone will die if their character dies.
Yep.
Whereas
yeah.
Dot Hack, it's the main character's sister and a couple other people.
Yeah, that was the problem. Like I had with Sword Art Online, it's like you're in there. You've been in that game for like 2 years, and you're fucking around. Like, agency much?
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can see how that could be a scary premise, especially when you find out that if you die it's basically a Freddy Krueger thing, only instead of dreams, it's the game. If
Pretty
you
much.
die in the game, you die in real life. So you, of course, would be terrified of fighting because one misstep and
Yep.
Yeah, and basically, there's actually like a movie about that. It's a movie called Stay Alive. It's a bit underrated, but basically, it's about these like these friends that actually play a video game called Stay Alive. But basically, if they die in the game, they die for real.
Mm.
And it's based on Elizabeth Bathory.
Mm.
damn, I did not know about Elizabeth Bathory. I mean, for the movie, I pretty much know who Elizabeth Bathory was, just because I used to, before we canceled cable in my house, I used to watch the Travel Channel all the time, especially at Halloween, and they would show creepy stuff and all that, and you find out how she would bathe in the blood of virgins,
Mm.
and I can't help but giggle about the fact that she ended up getting caught because she killed the daughter of a nobleman she knew, and I'm like, you would think maybe not go after the children of the noble families.
Because
I mean, it
they
sucks for
know.
the peasant girls, but no one at the time really cares about the peasant girls. But
Of course,
really
nobody
went
cares
after
about the
someone.
friggin' peasants.
Yeah, we're the lemmings. But you go after the bigger fish. Eventually, it's kind of hard not to notice.
I'm actually surprised that no one has really done any media where Dracula and a version of Elizabeth Bathory meet.
Yeah,
Because she has been compared
I
to
mostly know
Dracula.
Elizabeth Bathory for heavy metal.
What, like the
More
band
specifically
Bathory?
black metal.
Yeah.
Oh no, we lost Doggo.
Well, that sucks.
Well, basically, I'll actually hang around a few more minutes and then I'm gonna call it good. So,
Am I the only one hearing him, robot?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, you're not the only one. That's probably just Mr. Animate.
I mean, I'm actually hearing you guys fine, and basically, I'm trying to actually. I mean, basically, it does kind of sound robotic, but it's actually how StreamYard is actually operating.
And what is that beeping? I know it can't be
Well,
anyone's fault.
I'm just getting freaking notifications from Discord. Since I do have a Discord, and if anybody's actually interested in joining, I'll just let you guys know after the stream. And basically, it's actually like a hangout spot for if you want to talk about anime, if you want to talk about video games, if you want to talk about
Dungeons and Dragons.
nerd culture.
Yeah. I don't
Mecha
have
anime.
Discord, but
Yeah, the only two things that I refuse to actually have on my Discord server are politics and religion. No. No.
Politics and what?
Politics and religion. Those are the two things that I flat out refuse to actually talk about on my server. And I've actually even seen that in the rules too.
Look, if I want to talk politics, I'll bitch on Twitter.
Exactly, but basically,
Dude,
anything else,
probably bitch about politics on Twitter if my account wasn't permanently suspended. But I got mine, so hey, no biggie.
Yeah. But like I said,
I've gotten suspended a couple times, and it's always for the stupidest tweets. You would think someone would flag me for, saying fuck or something, but no, it's always me. It's always something like I say, God, I wish these woke people would die off already. Not, I wish I could kill them. A reason to punish me. I say die off, as in go extinct. And then I get flagged for that, and I'm like, I didn't say I was gonna kill them.
Well,
don't worry, D&D girl. You ain't the only one who wants to see woke people burn in Greek fire.
Well, they're gonna burn themselves at this rate, and we'll be
basically I got eaten off twice.
And we're gonna be the ones who said, "We told you."
However,
but
to avoid getting in trouble for swear words, there's an emoji where it basically has symbols over the emoji's mouth, so I use that for fuck. But if I want to call someone a dick, I'll call them a Richard instead. Because dick is short for Richard, but we all know what. But everyone knows what I mean when I say dick, as in a dick.
I prefer calling him a Kevin because of some cuck I used to know.
Yeah, but anyone who knows that dick can be short for Richard will get what I'm saying when I say, oh, this guy is such a Richard.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks for anyone who's a good guy that's named Richard, but this is the only way to avoid people being assholes. And I will actually use a peach or arse and then hole.
Or shite.
I use shite.
I like shite.
And the poop emoji.
Yeah.
And I love the people who basically comment to me saying, "Oh, you're awful for speaking that way," because I know they're seething. I know they want to report me, but they know I technically have not broke the rules.
Technically,
in fact, I've actually had my account locked twice for two stupid reasons. First time I actually got locked was because of a tweet I made about Susie Liu. And then basically they freaking locked me for that shit. And the second one, the second reason, which was pretty freaking stupid, was because of my header that actually had a freaking naked Momo Yagirozu from My Hero Academia. And until I actually freaking deleted my header, I actually had it locked until I freaking deleted that.
I blame the people who bought Tumblr. Because
Yeah.
once they got rid of the not safe for work stuff, we on Twitter had to deal with the whole, oh, you shouldn't objectify women. And I'm like, yeah, you were on a site that basically had artists drawing fictional characters that way. I don't get your logic.
And that's
Yeah,
why
same here.
Tumblr Bumbler.
I basically
Magic.
have said this.
Bumbler.
I've basically said
Any of-
this.
Any of these.
It was like Pandora's box, and Tumblr's not safe for work thing was the seal keeping it closed. And the minute they got rid of it, all hell broke loose.
Down the damn way. They breached the gate.
I swear, these freaking companies these days that actually say, you know, my global standards. No, it's like what Raging Golden Eagle said. It's basically looking for the lowest common denominator, aka China's censorship.
In other words,
I don't.
fuck global standards. And fuck
Not
globals,
even-
too.
Not even global standards. It's like Mr. Anime just said. It's either China or Marxist leftists telling everyone else what they want them to say.
Yeah,
I
in
don't
other
see,
words, the lowest common bullshit denominator.
like
Do
I
you
consider
remember
myself,
what's her face? I forget her name because she's so freaking forgettable. But basically, she said anyone who pirates anime are not true anime fans. Conveniently ignoring the fact that for some people, like people from the Philippines, that's the only way they're going to be able to see anime because Crunchyroll and Funimation are terrible, terrible people and won't branch out inside of big money company.
or Harmony
countries.
Gold, who butcher works like Macross or prevent more Macross from coming over here.
Yeah, fuck Macro. I mean, Harmony Gold. God damn.
You're good, man. We understand.
I think I
Whoa. Calm down with the freaking bashing of yourself there, dude. We all make mistakes. We're all human. Just take a deep breath and just act.
I'm gonna
just
I'm
being.
gonna call my dad real quick because I think I hear the kettle whistling because my room is right next to the kitchen, and I want to make sure he's not
Well,
boiling water or something.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call it good for now. So, it's actually a pleasure having you guys on. And
Likewise.
Well,
I'll
Yep.
talk to y'all
Sure.
later then.
Yeah, same here.
Bye.
See ya.
well, just remember these three things, guys: respect the waifus, enjoy your fandom, anime is freedom. And until the next one, this is Mr. Enemy 343 saying, "Sayonara, everyone."
Amen.